Whoa, man, oh man, what a fish. Wait till you see the size of this baby. Whoa, huh? Now that's a Minnesota bass, huh? This is the kind of fish you can expect to catch in a late cold water period when the water temperatures are going from cool to cold. In fact, the biggest fish that I catch every year start the beginning of October and go until I can't put a boat in the water anymore. That's when you catch these kind of monsters. And I want to tell you a little bit about something I learned over the years that might help you catch some more bigger largemouth like this. Let me do a release on her. I'd like to catch her again next year. There you go, mama. You know, when the water starts cooling down, the best big fish bait that I know of is a jig. Now in the summertime, when the water's really warm, most of the time I'm throwing a 3/4 ounce jig. A big Terminator, heavy 3/4 ounce that you can pound through the weeds. It drops really fast. When it hits the bottom, it throws up a puff of sand and it triggers fish to bite. After the lakes turn over and the water starts getting into the low to mid 50s, that 3/4 ounce jig isn't nowhere near as effective. Then I start going to a 1/2 ounce jig. You'll see the big jig, you'll feel them come and hit it, but you miss a lot of fish. They don't seem to inhale it anymore when that water gets cold like they do in the middle of summer. Then you go back, you start lightening it up, you go to 1/2 ounce jig, and you'll do pretty good until the water gets into the 40s like it is where I'm at now. Most of the lakes I'm fishing in the area that I live in, water temperatures are 46 to 48. When it starts getting like that, I start downsizing, and I keep downsizing all the way into the low 40s, even into the high 30s. And I start using a compact jig. Now, to catch fish now, it's like night and day. From the 1/2 ounce, I went to a 1/4 ounce. I got a smaller bait, a smaller profile bait, a slower drop speed. I got it tipped with a big bite soft plastic tail on the back, and I mix that depending on the kind of seasons. But I'll go even lighter than this when the water gets in the low 40s and even into the high 30s and still catch bass. You lighten up a little bit. I got braid on here. I got a lighter Avid X St. Croix rod in there because you're throwing a lighter jig. So you got to match everything. You downsize everything. That's the key. Downsize, slow, smaller, and you're going to catch big bass until you can't put a boat in the water anymore. I've had days that I've caught fish the night before. I came out the next day and the lake was froze over, and I'm still catching largemouth bass. This is the time to catch a big fish. Hey, from all of us at Angling Buzz, have a good fishing season. We'll see you in the water.